your main goal is physique enhancements, you just want to look good naked, then the majority of your exercise needs to be predominantly glycolytic. You know, you want to try and deplete muscle glycogen, as much as possible. So that way you're creating an adaptive response that your body then has to try and replace. It means that, you know, if you're burning muscle glycogen, you know, if you have a big protein bolus and it does turn into 60% glucose, thank you very much, Don Lehman, you know, your muscles are ready to soak that up. Like, you have that glucose disposal ability. You know, I think that's so foundational. Like, you just need to have that ability, because it gives you so much more flexibility in your eating. What's essentially called energy flux. You know, the idea of, yeah, I love this topic. It's like, it fascinates me. Right. So, okay, cool. So, like, it's I suppose, a hypothetical for the listeners. You know, which would be better for body composition, right? Someone who's eating a 500 calorie a day deficit, eating only 1,500 calories. So, you know, small diet, but has a 500 calorie deficit, or someone who does a lot more activity and has a 500 calorie deficit, but is eating 2,500 or 3,000 calories. You know, which one's going to be better for body composition? And, you know, like, on the base level, I think most people are like, oh, they'll be the same, you know, like calorie in, calorie out, you know, all of that jazz. But the truth is, it's not even close to being the same. Whilst the total change in weight is similar across groups, where that weight actually comes from is very, very different. So coming back through to energy flux, you know, as it actually turns out that the energy deficit per day controls the change in mass. So that means that if you're eating the same calorie deficit, eating a little bit of food or eating a lot of food, right, the total weight that you lose will be the same, but the effect on your body will be very, very different. Generally speaking, I strongly recommend that people try and increase their calorie deficit, at least in the medium term, by actually increasing their expenditure. And I'm not meaning go away and do like 3 million hours of cardio a week. I just mean to say that, you know, if you could lose weight eating 1,500 calories, or you could lose weight eating you could lose the same amount of weight, but eating, you know, an extra meal or an extra 2 meals per day, like, that is always going to be more beneficial, because like that's more opportunity for you to get sufficient protein, to get sufficient micronutrients to, you know, better meet your body's metabolic needs. But even more than that, you know, there is really there's a lot of different mechanisms, but there are, you know, two major, I suppose, levers, I think, that control change in body composition for any given diet. I'd say that it's protein percentage. So, you know, all things being equal, if you go higher, you're going to lose a greater proportion of the weight loss will be coming from fat versus from lean body mass. And activity. You know, the more active you are, the greater the signal that you're telling your body that I need you to retain this muscle mass because I'm using it, the more likely you are to retain it. You know, I think we get so caught up in the nutritional component, we don't really see that it is such a holistic thing. It's health and fitness. It's not just the health, and, you know, fitness feeds into it, and health feeds back into fitness again, you know. And to not make it sound like I'm rambling, I suppose my advice to people is that if you're presented with an opportunity to do more activity within a period of time and eat more food and achieve the same results, you absolutely should be taking that. You know, right. Again, I'm not trying to encourage you to become a neurotic cardio bunny. I'm trying to encourage you to, you know, be active every day, do something every day. Because, I mean, like, we look at the research in terms of long-term adherence to weight loss, what we actually find is that there is a much stronger correlation to someone's daily physical activity. And again, I'm not referring specifically to exercise, to long-term success, than there is even with protein. You know, your daily activity is a better predictor for you maintaining a healthy weight long-term than what diet you eat. And yet we focus almost predominantly on the dietary component. You know, when getting out and kicking the ball with your children is such an easy little win to do.
Yeah, I love that. And I think too that people in our space can get fixated so much on time restricted eating and like one meal a day. And there's actually research showing, I was talking to Dr. Don Lehman about this, how the thermic effect that, you know, somewhere around 30% loss of calories from protein intake can actually, in his studies, they found the lowest fat mass on people who were eating more frequently during the day, that you would get this thermic effect times 3 if you eat 3 times a day, and as opposed to eating once a day with a bolus. And I think that's probably, you know, where a lot of the eat 6 meals a day kind of thing, like maybe that idea comes from, that construct comes from. But then if you start to do just like 1 meal a day and that works for you, great. But you could maybe be missing out on the benefits of having a greater thermic effect from, like, whether it's protein or carbs, you know, during the day more frequently. And I think also, speaking again to women, not that men don't have hormones, like we all, men and women both obviously have hormones, but that I think there may be, like you were saying, eating more times per day could be beneficial for optimal hormonal function. It's like you're more likely going to get enough protein to trigger muscle protein synthesis. You're more likely to get enough maybe essential fats. I know the demand for that is really small, but that could be more beneficial potentially.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And like I've seen, you know, female clients who were amenorrheic, so they didn't have their period, you know, at a particular calorie deficit. And, you know, a lot of the common advice when people they've lost their period, you know, do less exercise, sleep more, eat more food, and they all work, you know, that's good advice. But I've also seen people who were, you know, in that state, and all they did was increase the amount of food they eat and then just did a little bit of extra exercise to compensate, and they got their period back. You know, and I think from an evolutionary perspective, that makes a lot of sense. You know, like
All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this part of the episode with Ella. It was such a blast to chat with her. I hope that some of your questions were answered. She has so much amazing expertise when it comes to body recomposition, and love getting to have her on the show with us. It's truly a privilege. And to get to do live videos with her, the Ask Me Anything episodes that we do are over on Instagram. If you want to join us live, you can join over there and check out my feed on Instagram to see when we do those together, the Ask Me Anything episodes, where you can ask any question that you have about body recomposition from an expert who truly has done and mastered body recomposition herself. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode today with Ella. If you're looking for any of the other parts, you can go back and find those and listen to them as well. Now, if you want to try out doing keto with me as your coach and guide, you can head over to ketogenicgirl.com, see all of the meal plan programs that I have there, which are modeled after how I personally eat, how I got my body composition down from close to 40% down to 21%. And I'm here to be your guide and help coach you with any questions that you have as we go along in our members Facebook group. So any of the meal plans that are at ketogenicgirl.com also come with my coaching and guidance and support in our members group. And you can head over to Ketogenic Girl to check those out, or send me a message over on Instagram. Send me a DM with your goals about which meal plan would be best for you. And I would absolutely love to have you in the program. Would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed today's episode, send it to someone that you think would enjoy it too. Leave me a rating or review and subscribe so you get notifications when I put out new episodes. So until the next episode, wishing you a fat-fueled rest of your day. Bye for now.